I have something big for you today. I had to step back to fit the entire case in the frame. In here sleeps the beautiful 2017 Gibson Firebird High Performance. And it is the first Firebird that I'm gonna try. I never played one of these. This one has some mods like the Steinberger Gearless Tuners and the Gibson Vibrola. It has a couple of more cosmetic modifications as well. I just love guitars that push me out of my comfort zone and make me learn new things. This is the high performance modification of the Gibson Firebird in Pelham blue color. The high performance series were introduced back in 2017 alongside the T series. The T stands for traditional, while the high performance series are supposed to have the modern features like the G-force tuners, chromed out hardware, adjustable zero fret nut, and so on. Both series, the T and the HP, share the same platform though. You got the 9-ply neck-through body construction, mahogany wings, and the traditional headstock. Basically, Gibson tried to modernize the Firebird. Why would you buy the high performance? Well, maybe you want to experiment with the new features like the zero fret nut, the G-force tuners. Maybe you want something different. A lot of people though found a good deal on those and they wanted to convert them back to traditional. It is exactly what I would do. Here's a quick look of the 2017 T series in vintage sunburst. You can clearly see the multiply neck-through body construction with this color scheme, a regular nut and the chrome Steinberger tuners. I got some help from the Facebook Firebird community. They've pointed out that the neck heel is cut deeper on the high performance. It's gonna need some cleaning before I start with it. I'm gonna polish the frets, I'm gonna oil the fingerboard, and I'm gonna polish those metal surfaces as well. Here we go, just like that, nice and shiny like brand new. I can see my ugly face in those pickups. To clean it up, I used guitar polish for the metal parts and I polished the frets with Music Nomad Fine. For the fingerboard, I used F1 fingerboard oil. We have mahogany wings, and this entire thing is a couple of pieces of mahogany and walnut goes through the entire body, neck-through body construction with an axis heel. Then we got a one-piece rosewood fingerboard, 24.75-inch scale length, 12-inch radius, extra jumbo frets, with trapezoid mother-of-pearl inlays. The huge Firebird headstock features these replacement Steinberger Gearless Tuners. Originally, the high performance came with the G-force like a lot of 2017 guitars. These were attached to the G-force, I'm gonna show it to you a little bit later. This is the flashy high performance truss rod cover, the owner replaced it with another. In here we have the stock pickups, the 495R and 495T. Then one of the biggest modifications, the tailpiece had been replaced with the Gibson Vibrola. The original aluminum bridge is here. I've removed the pickups as usual to show you the cavities. I've also removed the pickguard to show you the routing for the pickups and the three-way switch. It is similar to the Gibson Explorer, the cables exit through here and go to the pickups and the three-way switch. Here's the routing for the electronics in better light. A bit rough over here, but it's not Gibson's fault. I'm gonna explain what it is a little bit later on. Other than that, I see a cap for the truss rod. You see they've installed the truss rod through here and then put a small piece of wood and painted over it. Gibson usually uses maple for this. This is what the three-way switch for the Firebird looks like. It's on a quick connect system. I haven't seen one of those. The pickguard is multiply, white, black, white, and on the top there's the red Firebird logo. Something else interesting, the tip for the three-way switch has grooves on it. I haven't seen one of those as well. The pickups. Apparently people in the Firebird community get mad when you call them mini humbuckers, so we're not gonna do that. The designation on them is Rhythm Firebird and there's some numbers, made in late 2016. Braided wire and chrome covers. The other one makes more sense. It is designated Lead High Performance Firebird, made in late 2016 as well. If we can trust the original specs, these are supposed to be the Gibson 495R and 495T. I'm not sure why they didn't write it on the label. This pickup measures so hot that I had to check if my multimeter is malfunctioning, but now it's working fine. The bridge 495 measures at 24.9 k ohms. The neck 495 measures at 1557. Middle position 958. That's a bit weird though. For example, the hottest active EMGs I've measured are around 22.5, and these are not supposed to be that hot, maybe something in the wiring. The pickups have chrome covers, and looking at online photos you would think that the entire pickup ring is chrome, but upon inspection it is just a flat black slanted pickup ring with a chrome cover on top of it. Same goes for the bridge pickup, we got black flat slanted pickup ring with a chrome cover. The bridge was certainly a surprise. The first time I picked it up I was shocked. It is incredibly light. It says API on the bottom, and if we believe original specs, it is aluminum with titanium saddles. Now the interesting part. Let's compare it to a Locking Tone Pro that I bought for a ESP guitar. This is one of your typical bridges. It weighs 58 grams. Now check out the Firebird bridge. It is twice as light. This almost feels like plastic when you pick it up, but it's supposed to be sturdy with these titanium saddles. That's an interesting choice though, because usually Firebirds are associated with neck dive. This is certainly not stock though. It is called the Maestro Vibrola and it's beautiful. I'm gonna show you some information on screen now. Here is some good info about it, including the price and why is it called the Lyre Vibrola. It was installed on Gibson Flying Vs at some point in the past. The short version of it of course, and what's interesting is that the cover alone for it costs half the price. I think it's a perfect fit for this Firebird. The long version with the cover makes it complete. Now for the neck. This entire thing on the Firebird is considered to be the neck. It's a neck-true guitar. It's made out of a couple of pieces of walnut and mahogany glued together. This one has an access heel. It also features white binding and black side dot inlays. Rosewood fingerboard, one piece with mother of pearl trapezoid inlays. The nut is adjustable 0 fret made out of titanium. The traditional Firebird headstock that resembles the beak of a bird. This Firebird features a Gibson style one-way truss rod that is originally covered by this high performance chrome cover that says Gibson High Performance, slightly brushed on the top, smooth on the back. The owner found this truss rod cover to be too flashy and not going too well with the aesthetic of the guitar that he wanted, and he made his own cover, and I must admit he did a good job. I think it fits better with the newly installed black Steinberger tuners, because if I put the old one against it, it's a bit weird, you see. Too much chrome maybe, but it was supposed to fit the theme of the high performance that had, for example, these knob covers that were replaced with the top hat reflector ones. In my opinion, the replacement parts made the Firebird a little bit better because there was too much chrome. Speaking of too much chrome, the original tuners were not the Steinberger ones that I see on the headstock. I'm gonna talk about the Steinbergers a little bit later. The high performance came with the G-Force system and those chrome tuners. I don't know a single person that likes the G-Force. One thing I didn't know about this system, and I was a bit surprised to find out that it's made in Germany by this company Tronico or something like that. These were also nicknamed robot tuners, and they're supposed to tune your guitar by themselves. You don't do anything, you just set the tuning and press a button. Luckily, the G-Force didn't catch on and Gibson stopped using them. So a good choice by the owner to replace them with the Steinberger Gearless Tuners. The 0 fret nut is 43.6mm wide or 1.71 inch. The 12th fret is 53.3mm or 2.09 inches. Thickness at the first fret is 20mm or 0.78 inch. Thickness at the 12th fret is 21.7mm or 0.85 inch. The radius is solid 12 inches as it should be. The neck profile is slim taper C-shape and it felt just like home for somebody who's used to playing Gibson Les Paul custom necks. The back truly showcases the wings of the Firebird and the neck true body construction. It has a huge comfortable belly cutaway and the axis heel for better high fret access. The sidewall looks a bit rough, but this time it's not Gibson's fault. There were tire weights stuck to it, and I'm gonna explain. I was a bit surprised to see this output jack though. I've seen something similar being used as an input for amplifiers, but not an output for a guitar. Back to normal with the pods though. These are 500K Gibson original pods, and what you see here is a leftover for something trying to cure neck dive. It is a tire weight. I'm gonna take it out of the guitar and I'm gonna show it to you. These are stick-on tire weights made out of metal with double sticking tape that are supposed to stick to rims, so they will stick to everything you put them in. I know it sounds ridiculous, but a lot of people use them to cure neck dive on HG, Firebird and other guitars. I've demonstrated something similar in the HG Custom. I'm gonna link the video with tire weights in the HG. It doesn't short the electronics or anything, and it's one of the ways to cure neck dive. The other is moving the strap button position from here near the neck joint. Installing the heavy Vibrola and putting on lighter tuners instead of the G-force certainly helps. This electronic compartment cover is custom made as well, and I think it fits better because the pickguard is white. These are the original high performance strap buttons. They had been replaced by these that look like the vintage Posy lock ones, but they are not on a thread on the bottom. They can rotate if you force them like this. According to specs, this is supposed to be a 9-ply mahogany walnut neck. A couple of interesting things back on the headstock. First, it says Made in USA 2017 model, and you have the 17 directly in the serial number. It's not like other Gibson Les Pauls where the 1 and the 7 would be separated by 3 numbers. It directly says the model year, 2017. What's interesting is that the QC checklist says that this is late 2016. Usually car manufacturers do that. They produce the 2017 models in late 2016. These are certainly interesting as well. These are the Steinberger Gearless Tuners, and I've took one of them out to demonstrate. Here's something else that I found interesting. If you install the G-force back, it's supposed to sit on the headstock like this, hiding the Made in USA and the 2017 model. This is what the Steinberger Gearless Tuner looks like outside of the guitar. I removed the lower part that is on the back of the headstock. This is where the headstock fits, held in place by this pin. You feed the string through this channel, then you lock it on the top. When you rotate, the tuning pack doesn't rotate, but it retracts inside of the tuner, inside of the headstock, pushing the string down, bending it to pitch. I'm gonna demonstrate it a little bit later on. The tuner mounts to the headstock using this metal spacer and nuts. Then on top of it, you put the knob, which is fixed in place by 2 Allen bolts, 1.5 mm. You need 2 of them to grip securely and rotate the mechanism. I've never put strings on a Vibrola before and never through the Steinberger tuners, so this is gonna be exciting for me. I'm gonna set this one in E standard with the 1052 D'Addario NY XLs. If you start with the bow end, it's gonna wanna come out, so I'm gonna show you a little hack how to install those strings on the Steinberger tuners. You don't have to worry about the bow end for now, just feed the string through the tuner, pull it until the bow end almost reaches the Vibrola, then feed the bow end into the Vibrola. Now that the bow end is into the Vibrola, stretch the string all the way, no slack left. Make sure it's stretched good, then lock the tuner from the top. Make sure it's locked tight, but don't use too much force, of course. Then you cut the string with wire cutters and start to rotate, and you see the string starting to go inside of the headstock, the mechanism pulling down. There are small channels cut into the inside of the mechanism that the string end retracts into, not pushing against the inner walls too much, allowing the mechanism to move freely. Apparently these seem to have a design flaw that a lot of people online are sharing. Often the E-string tuner retracts all the way into the headstock, not bending the E-string to the proper pitch of E. To fix this, I've unlocked the E-string and I'm gonna pull it with pliers, then lock it and then try to tune again. Here we go, that seems to work. I was expecting heavier with the Vibrola and everything, 4100 grams or 9.04 pounds. The Firebird comes with this original hard shell case and it's roughly the same size as the Explorer ones. Has some cool features like this rubber yellow edge that is supposed to protect the surface from the bottom because it doesn't feature legs on the bottom side, it only features them here on the back when you put the case standing up. 1, 2, 3 latches and this nice and thick leather handle. Let's open it up and see, is it made specifically to fit the Firebird shape? Yep, it is a case specifically made for the Firebird. I like that. I hate universal cases for expensive guitars. The case has this huge compartment that you can keep spare strings and parts in, and it's made in Canada. In the case you will find the quick start guide for the G-force tuning mechanism. You can pause at any time and read those. Then there's the full guide, how to use the Gibson G-force for standard tuning. It says, here is the really great part. Nah, the really great part is removing the G-force from the Gibson Firebird. Then there's the usual Gibson warranty card, hasn't been filled, it is included anyway. This is what I was talking about earlier when I mentioned the serial number. This is the quality checklist, and if we go all the way to the bottom, you see the date September the 20th 2016, not exactly the end of 2017, but it has been listed as a 2017 model, has a 17 serial number. My guess is that they made them at the end of 2016, supplied them to shops, and they wanted them on shelves in the beginning of 2017. My honest thoughts about the Firebird. I absolutely loved it. I love the shape. I think this is not gonna be the last Firebird I review, hopefully. The big question is, would I buy the high performance series? And the answer is probably not. What I would do is buy the T series that has the chrome tuners and go with those. I would not replace the tuners. Maybe I would install a Vibrola because it looks cool, but I definitely wouldn't go with the high performance. It has too much chrome on it and the robot tuners are ridiculous. Luckily the owner of this Firebird shares my opinion and he has already improved it with the modifications. The Vibrola is beautiful. I'm not completely sure I like the Steinberger tuners though. If you want a modernized version of the Firebird, you can go with the LTD Phoenix, but I would prefer tradition. I like the sheer size and the chunky feel of it. I always thought that it would feel similar to the Explorer, but no, it's a separate thing. It's a Firebird and there's nothing else like it. Damn it, I want one of these now.